for you. I know your house is bigger now. I'll try to come up and cut some wood for the winter days. I always knew we'd all get by somehow. I'm packing up for a trip out west, just to make some sense of this harsher phase. There will be a celebration again someday. There will be a page worth turning. I will help you to a safer place. When your house is burning,
you are so beautiful. To me, you are so beautiful. To me, can't you see? You're everything I hope for. You're everything I need. You are so beautiful to me. Such joy and happiness. You bring such joy and happiness. You bring like a dream, a guiding light that shines in the night. Heaven's gift to me. You are so beautiful to me.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night.
soul. Shed the clothes that become my skin, see a light that burns within my needing. I wish I'd chosen darkness from cold. I wish I'd screamed out loud.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. Gonna stand my ground, won't be turned around. And I'll keep this world from dragging me down. Gonna stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. Well, I know what's right. I got just one life in a world that keeps on pushing me around, but I stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. No, I won't back down.
To me, I despise, 'cause it means destruction of innocent lives. War means tears to thousands of mothers die when their sons go up to fight and lose their lives. I said war. Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely. Get sad again. War.
It's expressions I never give that keep me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old.
Eat it, eat it.
I've been to Hollywood, I've been to Redwood, I crossed the ocean for a heart of gold. I've been in my mind, it's such a fine line that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. You keep me searching and I'm growing old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold.
I came through the forest of jealousy and greed. Not our loved ones before us that gave us everything we need to cross that great river of every tear was ever cried, until we find ourselves staring in God's golden eye.
There's a beauty to the dawn, a rhythm to the rain, a silence in the soul that I just can't explain. There's a breath of life I breathe, a beating in my heart, a magnificence, a scary sense of what lies past the stars. Beyond what we can see, behind the mystery, I know that it could only be. There is a God, this is the proof that all around the evidence is speaking the truth.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, does anybody on this God-forsaken planet have more than any fury? Than me, the one and only, the one and only. And the question upon little introspection. Do I mean the one and only human being, the skin, sweeter Peter Palpin? More than obviously just the skin. Did I jump? Or do I mean the one and only God Almighty, that created the heavens and the earth and the entire universe? And am I back down here in the undear and unclear to heal Mother Earth and bring her back her total mirth and rebirth? Am I here to bring back my original works, more than appropriately titled The Verse of the Universe? Verse after verse, it is not perverse, like all your books rewritten by crooks and schnooks in your libraries, full of more than any scary theory. Far more scary than a Godzillion times a Godzillion. Dirty Harrys and Timothy Learys, all those so-called religious and spiritual theories. And what is a theory? What is believing compared with knowing and glowing? Can anybody flow like the one and only King of all kings? Can anybody ring grander than Martin Luther King? Can the skin of sweeter Peter Palpin get younger and younger every day? Because he created amazing and blazing Kanye. Am I here to con everybody? Does the one and only love all his children the same from whence they came? Or is that statement full of more than hate without even .000 and forever owes 1% debatement? Literally insane, lame in the brain, in the drain, in the human blood stain, in the ball and chain, in the more than any shame, in the crane that pulls away from the one and only smart, the one and only heart. And so how do all of you want to chart your course with the one and only source? Do any of you really want 222 of your next lifetimes of sheer and utter remorse? Do you want to continue to divorce yourselves? Do you want to continue to divorce yourselves and put yourselves on higher and higher shelves than the one and only God Almighty, more than obviously down here like never before in this modern day reality? Is there such thing as fatality? Is anything final? Does the human skin turn to vinyl? Is this the one and only sublime skull? What's a numbskull? Is this a skit? Is this not the one and only wicket? If this soliloquy puts a pit in your stomach, then you're not in the one and only smart, in the one and only heart. Because anybody, any human being on this God-forsaken planet that isn't excited and delighted and more than any ignited that the one and only God Almighty is down here in the undear and unclear in this modern day time. Can any human being rhyme like the one and only divine and the one and only sublime? Are all of you blind? Can any human being on this God-forsaken scene walk anywhere blindfolded, even into one room, without boom and doom and more than any gloom? What's your excuse and abuse and misuse of the one and only smart, of the one and only heart, for how I do all these things, me, the one and only king of all kings, through that cat in that hat? Well, I, the one and only, don't have to ask. More than obviously all of you, not true blue, more than any crass, who continue to read your libel Bible, and your menorah Torahs, and your Iran Korans, and all the rest of your so-called spiritual, non-lyrical, definitely clerical, full of more than any lying miracle books, rewritten by schnooks and crooks, all filled in your library shelves, as all of you put your religions on higher and higher shelves than me, the one and only. And so Sweetie Petey loves it that I, the one and only wicked, is so unbelievably exquisite. And so how long is my visit going to be? Me, the one and only, through Sweetie Petey. And nobody can tease with the ease of the breeze, blowing the leaves on the tree, as the one and only. More than obviously everything I do, through the skin of Sweeter Peter Palpin, is better letter for letter than any of you despicable, deplorable, horrible, immortal, out of control souls that continue to play the mightier than thou role and the unholy wood roll. And your bell will toll and take its toll, but your soul will go on forever and ever. How clever an endeavor of the one and only clever lever. But more than obviously, I, the one and only, do not love all my children from whence they came the same. How many of you look like Tarzan and Jane? A brand spanking new Met 11 sent from heaven. How many of you look like Conan the Barbarian? How many of you have a job like Conan O'Brien? Does he want to win with me, the one and only? Does he want to come back in his next lifetime and shine even grander than this lifetime? Does he want a far better letter for letter waist and face and every other space and place? A more fun day in the sun? That one, he's a Hun, homespun. He wants to hit a home run. He wants to run like Bobby Bonds. Or is it Barry Bonds? Are any of you feeling these more than obvious God bombs? Is that a Met 11 sent from heaven? How many of you want to go to the Bly 11 side for all your snide and pride the millisecond you glide back up to see me, the one and only, the one and only? But believe me, the one and only, all you despicable and deplorable, ill-morable, horrible souls out of control, like all of you at Channel 10. And Rhode Crimeland, and Rhode Slimeland. News. You all will be singing the blues. 222s. For all of yous who chose the wrong way to stray away in this modern day from the one and only God Almighty, more than obviously in this modern day reality. Or maybe you really don't think this is me, the one and only. Maybe you really do think it's the skin of sweeter Peter Palpin, all of a sudden super duper human, with his brand spanking new albumin, doing the 26 humanly impossible gifts and riffs, like no man or woman, or boy or girl in the history and her story of this God-forsaken world. But in either case, down on this place that's turned to more than any waste because of the oil and the foil and the spoil of the planet. And so I, the one and only Wicked, the skin, sweet to Peter Palpin, I came up with an amazing and blazing idea. I came up with a potion, or is it a lotion, or a fast motion? But for sure it was not, because of my 12 lifetimes of sheer and utter devotion. The first soul, never, ever, 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 and forever, ever is to play the mightier than thou role, and the unholy would roll. This my 12th lifetime in a row. So I am not the chosen one. I just was never the frozen one. And so me, sweet to Peter Palpin, I'm a writer. I'm a typewriter. I'm a beatbox. All of a sudden I decided, well, I'll be the fastest karate guy and boxer ever. How clever an endeavor. I'll become the best dancer and romancer. Well, I won't be a romancer. I can't get a date. First rate, second rate, third rate. Late. Is anybody late? What does it mean to be late when the one and only greater than any great has been down here in the undear and unclear for over 3 years? Down there, or is it down here? Does anybody know what a spear is? Does anybody know what a jeer is? Does anybody know what a smear is? When you're the one and only Wizard of Odds, and your subjects, your subhuman subjects, reject you and reject you and neglect you. Protestant and Christian and Christians, Masons and Jews all refuse this more than any glorious news because of all your huger than any huge tiny little egos, your envies, your jealousies, your unfriendlies, the love, the light, the love, the bright, and the one and only ways, true and utter arch enemy. And so all of you not true blue, you are my enemy. Oh yes you are. Oh yes you are. And there is only one star of all stars. There is only one God, more than obviously in this modern day, not a fraud. And I'm not talking about the skin of sweeter Peter Palpin. More than obviously, he is just the skin that I, the one and only, jump in. He's my human muppet, my spiritual puppet. And believe me, the one and only, nobody can stuff it like me, the one and only. And what do I mean by nobody can stuff it? Or is it anybody can rough it? How many of you have been aged by the one and only? And I'm not talking about normal aging from the one and only king of all kings. I'm talking about aging in real time, with thicker than any thick lines of unshine and slime, more than obviously from the one and only divine, and the one and only sublime. Who created those huger than huge bags? Or are they huger than huge rags? Who tagged you uglies and smugglies? And down wrong fugglier than any fugglies like that? Was that from that cat in that hat? How about you, at Skeptic Magazine, on that Larry King CNN scene? Who aged you right on the screen in real time, line after line? Was that the one and only Sublime? Was that makeup without anybody there to cake it up? Was that any special effects? Or is that because of all your more than obvious neglect to me, the one and only? The one and only. More than obviously not a phony, or full of baloney, or kosher salami. How many of you think just because you're a mommy or a daddy that I, the one and only dads of all dads, never ever ever get mad? Unless, of course, you're born gay in the Christian, or is it Catholic religion? and then I burn you forever and ever in hell. Well, is that loving all your children the same, from whence they came, when more than obviously I, the one and only, sent you down there, gay? Is Ellen DeGeneres gonna die and then burn forever and ever in hell? Well, think about it. Think about it. Would I, the one and only wicked, to that beautiful, not rutiful cat? I don't think so. I know so. But what would I, the one and only, do to a human being who's seeing more than obviously right in front of their eyes? And I do despise them. And believe me, Sweeter Peter Palpin despises all of you. Not true blue. But you don't care about him. Who cares about Sweeter Peter Palpin? He's only human scum. Humdrum. And believe me, Peter doesn't care what anybody thinks. And why won't any string write up a note that Sweeter Peter's crazy, hazy, lost in the frost, tossed in the wrong salad, not with the one and only ballad dear? And why is Sweeter Peter more dear and near to me, the one and only, than any one of you, true blue or not true blue? Well, more than obviously, I've already told you. And so how do all of you want to continue to pursue the rest of your lifetime down here in the undear and unclear? And then when you go back up there, far, far away, beyond the moon and the sun, and all the stars, and Jupiter and Mars. Ah, look, he didn't rhyme that one. Ah, look, it was a pun. Fun. He didn't make Sweeter Peter Palpin more than any Hun. Peter Gunn. Who can sin and sin, and sin and sin and sin, and incinerate? Who's the one and only incinerator? Who's the one and only governator? Is that Arnold Schwarzenegger? Is that Pator? Maybe it's Casey Viator. What happens when you fail your tour down there in the undear and unclear, and you go back up to the dear and clear? Isn't it more than clear down there that everybody isn't the same from whence they came? How many Naomi Campbells are rambling around down there? How many Michael Jordans? How many Jeff Gordons? How many Ellen DeGenereses have a life like that? Were they fat, P-H-A-T, and the one and only smart, and the one and only heart? How do you want to chart your next course from the one and only source? Do you want it more than any remorse? How do you want your torso to glow? How do you want your face to glow and to show? How much do you want to know? How do you want to glow in your next lifetimes? From the one and only sublime and the one and only divine. The one and only that could rhyme like this, kiss of bliss, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's only possible by me, the one and only Seek. Peekaboo, I see you. Who can do comedy and dramedy and parody all day long strong, like a godzillion times a godzillion? Hello. How are you? Are you good? Are all of you doing good? I don't hope so. Well, what? Well, what? What? Ah, look! Sweeter Peter Palpin, he couldn't think of the next clever line to shine. That's not the one and only divine. Fine. You all have free will, but you don't have free kill or free ill. And of course you all want to be able to pay your bills in your next 222 lifetimes. And everybody wants Michael Jordan type thrills. Or are they chills? Or does he have a problem paying his bills? And so, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is it humanly possible that anybody has all this more than obvious fury? But let's say it's not the one and only. Let's say it's Sweeter Peter Palpin, all of a sudden super duper human, with his brand spanking new albumin. And it's all him doing those 26 humanly impossible gifts and risks. Like no man or a woman, or boy or girl, in the history and her story of this God-forsaken world. Either way, anybody who can fillet like I do through that cat in the hat, or maybe it's him, Sweeter Peter Palpin, for sure would be on worldwide TV for all the world to see. Unless there was a worldwide in the name of snide and pride, blackball this, to stop all this, more than obvious, pure kiss of unadulterated bliss. More than obviously it is the one and only mystified, the one and only glistified. And so all of you not true blue, more than any full of snide and pride, nobody can glide like me, the one and only, and none of you can hide from me, the one and only, more than obviously, all you despicable, deplorable, horrible, ill-morable subhuman beings on this worldwide scene know what I've been doing behind the scenes to the despicables and the deplorables, and the horribles and the ill-morables. And so everyone, every scum, every bum, everyone, wherever you are on this star, in this day and age, on this page, you're supposed to be. Everything is set every time you climb back down there to the undear and unclear. It is more than clear what is going to happen. There's no such thing as an accident. Axe, the one and only axe handler. Oh, look. He dropped the handle. He dropped the one and only candle. He's a vandal. He's like Tony Randall. Despicable and deplorable. Horrible and ill-morable. Prejudice. Thinking he's better letter for letter because he's got that beautiful, not rutiful sweater. Or are they sweater pants? Who made those pants? Who made those shirts? Who made those boots? More than cute. Are any of you astute? Can anybody toot like me, the one and only? And I am the one and only judge, and the one and only jury. And so all you judges, all you fudges, all you attorneys named Ernie and Bernie, all you executors, you prosecutors, you better find the right way in this modern day, or it's over from Rover. It's over from Rover. And so it's time to turn over a new leaf. No longer you need a belief, because if you're believing, or is it believing, then you're not achieving knowing. Because believing means you're thinking, and you're stinking and you're clinking. But knowing is when you know, and when you glow and when you flow. More than obviously you know this is a stick, because it's right in front of you, in full view. And more than obviously you know this is a click. And more than obviously you all know that nobody can do what I, the one and only, do through the skin of Sweeter Peter Palpin. And more than obviously I have my rules for ghouls and stools and cruels and mules. And you're all gonna have to jump in the pool with the one and only when you get back home. And so if you were lost in the dome, then your record will be shown. Your record will be shown. The millisecond you get home. In this lifetime, when more than obviously I, the one and only divine, and the one and only sublime, that can rhyme line after line with all this amazing and blazing shine. You all know it's the one and only know, and the one and only glow. And that's for goddamn sure. And so if you're not 95% or greater, and the one and only tater, and the one and only creator, with the one and only creator, like Pater, then you will fail and derail. And in this lifetime, if you fail, when you see and hear me, the one and only through Sweetie Petey, then you do not deserve to have a good life in at least your next 11 sent from heaven. And you see how I say your next 11? Because I am the one and only hiss, the one and only kiss of pure unadulterated bliss. And nobody could be more loving than the one and only king of all kings. And if you don't believe me, ask Sweetie Petey. He knows what love from the one and only dove of love from above is. More than obviously 52. Now, wow, kapow, brand spanking new. Pick up the clues, my undears and unclears. Pick up the fucking clues. Ah, he said fuck. He's gonna burn forever and ever in hell from Jesus. Are you serious? Are you delirious? Me and Sweeter Peter, we think you're all just hilarious. You're all missing the boat. You're missing the float. But believe me, the one and only, you're hitting the moat. You're hitting the moat. And you will not get my one and only vote. And I'm the one and only judge. And the one and only jury. And so all of you in this jury, in this courtroom of doom and gloom, hopefully you can bloom and boom in the one and only smart, in the one and only heart. And so we'll be tearing Channel 10 news apart, and the Narragansett police, The po not nice, who sliced and diced it the wrong way with the one and only that can fillet like this all day. The one and only that can have a ballet of words like you just heard. That's only from the one and only Skybird. And so you all have free will, but I told you not free kill and not free ill. And more than obviously someone aged 1 to 3 actors in every movie in 2007. More than obviously sent from heaven. And so who was that, Kevin? Or was that Sweet Peter Palpin? More than obviously it was me, the one and only. And if I hear that excuse and abuse, a misuse of the one and only smart, of the one and only heart, that it was special effects or makeup caked up. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. And faux show, faux show, faux show. Once we get on worldwide TV, for all the world to see, we'll be talking to all those people, or were they creeples? Only I, the one and only, know why I aged the uglies and the smugglies and the darn wrong fugglier than any fugglies. But I also age people who are not creeples, just to wake them up in their And so any of you who feel like throwing up, you're corrupt, erupting inside in the name of pride and snide. And you all know now, oh, Capo, you cannot hide from the one and only more than any dignified. Can anybody glide like this all day? With this amazing and blazing, humanly impossible fillet? Can anybody ballet like this? Kiss of bliss? Any of you at Harvard or Yale? Can any of you tell a tale like this all day long, strong? Like a Godzillion times a Godzillion King Kongs? All you ding-dongs? All you wrongs? Ah, yes. Ah, yes, all of you educators. More than stressed. You're not with the one and only best. You couldn't invest in the one and only smart, in the one and only heart. Where are all of you charted, all of you broken-hearted, all of you retarded? Where are you going when you're parted?